So hey everyone, this is Chams, and a thermometer is used to measure the temperature of an object, which is made up of some molecules. But what is the temperature of one of its molecules? Basically, there is no temperature for one molecule of an object. In order to understand that, we need to first understand what is temperature. Every object like this is made up of some particles like this, and if you look deeply into an object, then you will notice that its constituent particles are actually vibrating, and their vibration is because of their kinetic energy. One of the particles might be vibrating very fast, that's a very high kinetic energy. Another particle might be vibrating very slowly, that's a very low kinetic energy. But the average of kinetic energy of all the constituent particles of an object is the temperature of that object. Temperature of an object is the average of kinetic energy of all the individual particles. And since the word average can only be defined for more than one entity, therefore the temperature cannot be defined for one single particle. So far we know that these particles have kinetic energy and their average is the temperature of this object. Also, their kinetic energy is not the same. Now what you have to do, you go to one particle and you ask the question, how much energy do you have? You write it down. You go to another particle and you ask the same question, how much energy do you have? You write it down. You go to another particle and ask the same question, how much energy do you have? You write it down. You do it for each and every particle of this object. And after this, what you have to do? You have to add the values of kinetic energy of each and every particle. And after doing so, what you will get is the heat energy of this object. So heat is the total sum of kinetic energy of all the individual particles of an object, and temperature is the average of kinetic energy of all the constituent particles. Therefore, heat is the total sum and temperature is the average. And at last, I just want to say that your cup of tea has more temperature than the ocean, but the ocean has more heat. It is simply because the heat energy is the total sum of kinetic energy of all the individual particles of an object. And since the ocean contains more number of particles than your cup of tea, and therefore the ocean has more heat. If you have learned something from this video, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.